I got an email from Elon asking me what I did last week. The first thing I thought of was getting my name added to another government database for sending a Freedom of Information Act request to the FBI. Just kidding, I didn't really get an email from Elon. But I did send a FOIA request to the FBI asking for information related to Operation Trojan Shield. That operation involves selling fake encrypted phones to suspected criminals that secretly sent copies of all their messages to the FBI. I am Dr. John Padfield, an engineer turned state representative turned business professor, and this is Business Reform, where we discuss issues at the intersection of business, technology, and society. In my last two videos, I talked about FBI scandals and cell phone privacy, so I thought in this video I would talk about the fake privacy phones the FBI sold to suspected criminals between 2018 and 2021. This is not some conspiracy theory. The FBI issued a press release about this operation on June 8, 2021. The press release stated the FBI supplied over 12,000 devices to criminal organizations that operate around the globe. A June 8, 2021 article on NPR quoted the FBI as saying Operation Trojan Shield resulted in more than 800 arrests. The FBI and their law enforcement partners around the world caught a bunch of drug smugglers and other assorted criminals using fake privacy phones supplied by the FBI. Authorities also, quote, seized more than 8 tons of cocaine with 22 tons of cannabis and several tons of other drugs. Numerous articles have been written about the success of this sting operation, and in June 2024, Joseph Cox published a 352-page book titled Darkwire, The Incredible True Story of the Largest Sting Operation Ever. While I'm happy the FBI confiscated all those drugs before they were sold on the streets of American cities and other cities around the world, I have some questions about this operation that I could not find answers to in any of the published articles. So I decided to go straight to the source and file a Freedom of Information Act request with the FBI. I had to provide my name and email address, along with my physical address, and then fill out some information about my agreement to pay to fulfill my request. When you submit a Freedom of Information request to the FBI, they will spend up to 2 hours of manpower and scan up to 100 pages for you free of charge. But if your request is bigger than that, they will charge a fee for the additional time. I agreed to pay up to an additional $200 for the information I was requesting. I want to thank a longtime subscriber who reached out to me last week to offer financial support for this channel. His generous donation is helping to fund the work that I am doing on this channel. So what information did I request? I wanted more details around how the FBI ensured these phones were only given to criminals. In the United States, a person is innocent until convicted by a jury, so I wanted to know what safeguards were put in place to prevent non-criminals from getting and using these phones and having all of their private messages hoovered up by the FBI. According to the FBI statements, over 12,000 phones were distributed and over 27 million messages were collected on the FBI servers. That is an average of 2,250 messages per device. Also, according to the FBI's own statements, over 800 people were arrested. If you divide 800 arrests by 12,000 phones, that means less than 7% of the people who used these phones were arrested. That also means over 93% of the phone users who had thousands of their phone messages collected by the FBI were not arrested. It seems odd to me that a real criminal could send and receive thousands of messages over the course of several years without giving the FBI enough evidence to arrest them. I am also genuinely curious if the FBI sought a search warrant before collecting those 27 million encrypted messages from 12,000 devices. Before a search warrant can be issued under the Fourth Amendment, the person seeking the warrant must provide probable cause and must describe the place to be searched and the person or things to be seized. The media reports sounded like the FBI supplied a bunch of fake encrypted phones to some known criminals and let those known criminals pass them out to their friends and associates. If this is accurate, I would really like to see how the FBI worded that request for a search warrant. assuming they even sought a warrant before launching this operation. I have one other question that I didn't bother asking in my FOIA request. We all know whenever Hollywood has a successful movie, there is going to be a sequel. Is the FBI planning or possibly already running a sequel to Operation Trojan Shield? Keep in mind the FBI is an organization that firmly believes the ends justify the means. In 2018, we learned the FBI was training Best Buy employees how to search customer devices brought in for repair and paying a bounty to employees who found and reported illegal content on customer devices. The FBI would need probable cause and a search warrant to search someone's computer themselves, but they love to do end runs around the Constitution by paying other people to do things that would be unconstitutional for the FBI to do themselves. On a related topic, in my last video I asked if you had any interest in me doing a product review of privacy phones to let me know in the comments. I wanted to let you know I have pre-ordered a Brax 3 phone and it is supposed to ship in March. I will be making a video reviewing that phone as soon as I receive it. I also wanted to let you know, after thinking about it for a while, I will not be ordering or reviewing the unplugged phone. I want to be crystal clear, I am not saying this is a fake privacy phone like the FBI's Anom phone, but I do have major concerns about it. The Brax 3 phone uses an open-source operating system, but the unplugged phone uses a proprietary operating system. They are essentially saying our phone is private, trust us. While I want to trust them, trust has to be earned. I have also read many great suggestions in the comments section of my previous video regarding ideas for additional testing on Faraday bags. I am planning a follow-up video, probably coming out next week, where I test some additional bags and run some additional tests, including GPS test. What do you think about Operation Trojan Shield? I have to admit, part of me admires its creativity, and I do appreciate the fact that they were taking literally tons of hard drugs off the street in American cities and cities around the world. But at the same time, I have concerns about what safeguards were implemented to prevent capturing millions of personal text messages from innocent people. By law, the FBI has 20 days to respond to my Freedom of Information Act request, and I will let you know when I get a response from them. I look forward to reading your comments.